Trammel Johnson.
My name is Vanessa Delacruz.
And can you tell me why you're here today and what's going on?
Today we're here, we got court, so we decided, actually trial. We actually decided to have a protest before court to allow them to know that we are serious and, at least focus on justice.
So, what exactly is going on regarding your case?
Our case was open because I had called the police. I was grieving really bad. At the time, a bunch of my family members died of COVID and cancer. And me and my husband were not living together at the time. I asked my husband to come back into the home because I couldn't take care of the children on my own and I wanted help. He realized that the situation wasn't healthy for me because I continuously cried, because it was one death after another. And we had already decided to take me to the hospital. I guess I had complex PTSD. At the time I did not know it. It was a mixture of complex PTSD and postpartum depression. Well, CPS came and I allowed them to take my 2 little ones because we already made plans for our 3 boys to go with their grandma because I was going to go to the hospital so I could get a diagnosis. So I allowed them to take my babies because I knew I couldn't take care of them and it was for the best of my children. And they told me as soon as I get the help, they were going to give me my kids back. Well, we went to court and they had allegations of abuse, allegations of mentally unstable, allegations of methamphetamine, drug abuse.
And in a nutshell, they couldn't stay with the father.
Well, I have a question. What day was that?
This was September 19th.
And it's, what month are we over now?
It's 6 months later, and I've completed everything.
Yeah. I was just on the class one. Didn't you just have your graduation ceremony?
I just had my ceremony 2 weeks ago. And what they did was, instead of granting me unsupervised, they decided to seize my visitation with my daughter and give me lower visitation. They tried to take my visitation with my sons, but because I spoke up in court, I asked the judge to ask for the visitation records because the foster parents were lying. These are my little ones. They want to keep my babies, so they're lying.
What did they lie about?
They said that they were scared of us.
The little ones, how old are they?
My daughter just turned 3 4 days ago, and we missed her birthday, and they didn't even allow her brothers to go there. The therapist acknowledges that my daughter loves her brothers and asks for them, but nobody was allowed to see her on her birthday. So now they're committing psychological abuse because my daughter asks for me. When he does his visits, she asks for me. When I do my visits, she asks for her dad. And she's constantly asking for her brothers.
So I have a question. I mean, I was just on that ceremony with you, and I remember your social worker had said that you're supposed to be reunified with the children. Why are we going backwards? What happened between this is about 2 weeks ago, right?
Well, what happened is they are seeing that I'm completing everything. So they also know that I'm taking it to federal, so I really feel like this is a retaliation because they know they're going to get in trouble.
Isn't that a First Amendment right to protest government action?
Yeah.
In a nutshell, they say that the kids are afraid of us, but scientifically, children are only scared of 2 things: loud noises and falling. That's it. Everything else has to be instilled.
So today when we go into court, we're being allowed to bring our proof because evidence has been withheld from our judge and perjury has been committed by CPS.
Well, I think it's kind of weird that your social worker just said that you're supposed to reunify right after you got your ceremony class, but after we'd mentioned the federal court cases, this is just 2 weeks ago, now they want to go ahead and rewind everything. He said he wanted to reunify you. It's very strange.
Yeah, we have social workers that left the county because they're saying they didn't they didn't get this job to do that to families, and people who supervise our visits are being taken from our visitation.
How would the children be in danger if they're returned back to your care, custody, and control? Now that you've completed your classes, what's changed that would cause them to be in any kind of danger?
Nothing. The only thing that changed is we're better. We're way better. We took the parenting classes. We've proven that we're not addicted to any substance.
A lot more protective of our children.
So you completed everything that they asked of you, but now they want to go to continue their removal without a reasonable cause, without any new information, without something more to sting how your children might be in danger. That's a violation under California state law. That's something that can be taken up in the federal court under the judicial deception that we're already working on right now. How do you guys feel about that?
It sounds good, but hopefully they should surrender the kids over back to us today if they don't want to be in trouble.
They should, because it's not just the social workers, it's everyone else involved. Occurrence actually states the false allegations that have no connection to the original sentence. There's no mention about your tragedy, your hardship you went through.
My issue is my daughter loves us and she loves her brothers. And nobody's seen my daughter for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks.
We haven't seen her for 3 weeks.
We haven't seen my daughter for 3 weeks.
Is there any what's the visitation schedule?
There is not one anymore.
We were supposed to see her.
You have no visitation.
No, we were supposed to see her once a week.
Why?
They said that she's scared of us. And
what happened? Did you beat her?
no.
Did somebody do something very gross and disgusting?
Actually, the foster parents falsified lies, committed perjury in court.
What did they say?
They said that our daughter doesn't want to see us.
Okay, but how did you
said-
harm her?
They said, scary daddy, she has stress bumps. We talked to the doctor. The doctor didn't even know that we were in our daughter's life.
Stress bumps. What medical specialist said that?
Nobody said that. The therapist committed perjury as well. She says that she knows our case. She's only been to our visitation for like 25 minutes out of 6 months. And she's saying she assumes that what the foster parents are saying is true.
She controlled the courts.
So I have a question. So I mean, if we were going to match up some forensic data evidence to go to compare what actual mental trauma looks like, I mean, are we going to find something like your daughter that she's allegedly scared? Is that mental trauma reasoning to remove and separate any kind of visitations? I mean, that sounds pretty criminal to me. Actually, it sounds like malice, malicious conduct.
Yeah.
I think we have a really good case ahead of us if they don't return your children. Because, I mean, like I mentioned, we're not just going after the social workers. We're going to go after the supervisors. We're going to go after the directors. Everybody else is associated with it. The attorneys, the court-appointed attorneys for yourselves, for the children, because they have a duty to protect the best interests of your children.
Yes.
The attorneys who are knowingly allowing social workers to falsify reports. Judges, if they're intentionally overlooking judicial deception, it doesn't just stop there. We're going to be making police reports, and if they happen to go and cover it up in furtherance, well, then they can go and join us in court as well. So we're not stopping with one of them. We're going for all of them.
Yes.
Rise up. Rise up. All right, court starts in